What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another Game Day update. I'm Kelcey, and I am so honored today to be joined by Michelle Beadle in this Museum of Fashion. Welcome.
Hello. It's my shoe bunker. It's where I hide.
I like it.
And thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you were able to come on today. Quickly preview this game. I want to start off because it is a very special game in the Spurs organization today. It is rounding out Women's History Month, but especially having you on in this crazy full circle moment that I have been a fan of you for a while. I didn't even know that everything kind of started with an internship with the Spurs. So how cool is tonight going to be?
Yeah, it's been, it's crazy because it does feel like full circle. What makes it even cooler for me is that a lot of the same people when I was there, 20 whatever years ago, are still there. And they're, my boss at the Spurs now was my boss when I was an intern, and it's awesome. So yeah, it has felt very good. And then to just sort of be, I guess, anchoring like an all-female pregame extravaganza is great too, because what I like about it is that the women that we've been are very much sort of in the exact same position that I was in at that point, where you're just like trying to figure it out. You're doing a million different jobs to like get your foot in every single door that you can. And it's cool. And I like that they're giving people an opportunity, because as we know in this world, that is the hardest part sometimes, to just get a shot.
For sure. Well, just know that we appreciate you. We're excited to watch you, and the path that you have paved as women.
Thanks. Thank you.
Let's dive into the game though. What people are really here for.
Yes.
The Grizzlies will take on the Spurs in San Antonio tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to do a quick, Jaw is obviously still out for people watching. Jarian, at the time that we are filming, is questionable, and then Lonnie Walker is probable for the Spurs. Obviously, the Grizzlies are looking to get the series sweep. They've won 3, and the last 3, this will be the 4th and final. Grizz on a 5-game win streak. Spurs on a 4-game win streak. Everyone just hot right now. This is the first game where Dylan Brooks will play, assuming he takes on DeJounte Murray. Does that change the way Murray approaches the game?
That is, DeJounte Murray, I'm not sure anything will change the way at this point that he's taking on games. He's sort of embraced and run with this new title, basically. I mean, he's like the leader of the team, whether he wanted to be or not. Everybody's so young and inexperienced at this point. And we've watched him start out games slowly, and then all of a sudden just have these fire second halves. And so I think the Spurs, I think the fans, I think coaches, I think they all depend on him to kind of guide the team. But I will say this, selfishly, I am so bummed that Jaw's not playing tonight, because I was very much looking forward to that. But I am loving everything the Grizzlies are doing. And I love that they're doing it. And they're sort of, people aren't getting it. Like, I feel like a lot of people are like, we'll see what they do in the playoffs. And I, for one, I'm all in. Like, I'm buying what y'all are selling. I would prefer if you lose tonight, just because we are trying to knock the Lakers out once and for all of the play-in tournament. But yeah, it's been a hell of a run, and I'm enjoying watching you guys. It's been fun. It's a fun team, which you can't say about all the teams.
It is a very fun team. I think one underrated thing about the Grizzlies, like, it is very much like, oh, there's Ja. Oh, Steven Adams is doing well. Their bench in the last 5 games. So in that 5-game win streak, the bench is averaging over 53 points a game, shooting 44% from the 3. And I'm wondering, going into this game with who's in, who's out, kind of how that bench unit could be able to face the second unit of the Spurs.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that's a similarity that both teams have. I think their benches are very strong. Hoping that Lonnie Walker plays. He's been such a spark plug off of the bench. And so, it'll be interesting to see what they can do. Like you said at the beginning, everyone's hot that we're talking about at the best time of the season. It's funny because I didn't have much of an opinion on the play-in tournament really until now, until this year. But it's I don't know. I think the Spurs, it kind of sucks that they're both on win streaks and somebody's has to end tonight, but they've been playing like a team that had zero expectations on them, and are now sort of embracing this idea that, oh, wait, we can do some things. And you're seeing it from the players. Yeah. You're seeing the confidence. I mean, Josh Primo is, 11 years old, and you would never know that by watching him out there. He is like every game. I'm just like, I don't understand how you can be so young and so composed and confident and chill. It's just so cool to watch. But yeah, I think it's been fun to watch a team with zero expectations kind of learn about themselves, and watch the coaching staff seemingly enjoy it as well. It's fun to watch Pop teach. again. Because it's, he had superstars for a while. This is a whole new ball game for him.
Yeah, a lot of young guys. You mentioned obviously Josh Primo. We talked about Lonnie Walker. We talked about DeJounte Murray. What can you say about Keldon Johnson for Grizzlies? You may not know about him. 24 more points in 3 straight games. Like, he has just been on fire as well.
He is so easy to root for. He's got the most energy of anyone on the team. And that's saying something, considering we just touched on how young everybody is. But it's very contagious what he does. And he's very emotional on it. He's very known for sort of doing what he's going to do. And then he screams and it's, and like everyone loves it. Like the fans love it. He's a joy to watch. And he's had the last few games, he's just sort of blossomed into the whole thing. Like I said, I think they can kind of smell the idea of like, oh, the season might not actually need to be over necessarily on April 10th. And there's a real shot at that. So it's I think that's what's sort of pushing them to keep going. It's nice. I'll be honest. I had zero expectations too before the season started. I thought, oh, this is just going to be a good learning curve. And these guys are going to have another season together under their belts. But here we are. Like it kind of matters now. These games actually count.
Yeah, clawing your way back into the play-in. Like, it obviously depends what everyone else does. You guys want a few more wins. There's 6 or 7 games left for everyone getting in that spot. My last question for you is that it is very known that Coach Pop is a mentor of Coach Jenkins here with the Grizzlies. That means the style of play is very similar between these two teams. It's number 1 and number 2 in points in the paint, both in the bottom in 3-point attempts and percentages, just in the style that they play. How do the Spurs go into this game and do the things that they do well in order to get the win?
I love when this happens. It's so funny too, because there's so many people in the league that Pop has been so influential for. And I like when they play those teams, like there's such a respect from Pop's side towards the other side. And it's also good to watch. But yeah, I feel like it's just one of those things that we just saw it in the NCAA tournament when Villanova played. It was like 2 teams that were just defensive juggernauts. And it was like they were playing themselves. And I think that'll be fun to watch too. Like the 3-point thing for me, night in and night out. And call the games with Sean Elliott. It's his curmudgeon old man thing. Like it drives him crazy when they just launch 3 after 3 after 3. Whereas I'm sort of stuck in the middle between like the generation now and his generation as far as my ideas. But that, man, I don't know. Like I kind of want them to launch a bunch of 3s because sometimes it's actually fun to watch. But then there are those nights where you're like, no. So I think tonight's going to be, you guys have the record on the season. I think it's just going to be a good game because it does matter. When it was just Spurs trying to be like disruptors and it's fun, but they didn't necessarily have anything on the line. Tonight, it'll be more of Pop saying, look, we have a shot. You guys know how this team plays. They know how we play. We have to maximize what we do the best. And unfortunately, it's what the other side does as well. And it's just going to be who has the better night. Yeah, a lot on the line tonight. And I think that's what's going to make this team so exciting. You talk about the guys being animated and full of energy. So it's going to be a show no matter what. And it's been a fun season because it's a lot of the teams that like we're not used to having to talk about all the time. And I enjoy that so much. I love change and it's been good change. Perfect. All right, guys, the game tips off at 7:30. Like I said, Central Time. You can watch it on Valley Sports Southeast. Make sure you're tuned in. Flip onto the away stream for a while. Yeah. Watch the pregame. Michelle. Yeah. All the ladies. and then maybe come back to Valley Sports Southeast. But that's fair. Michelle, thank you so very much. No, thank you.